Hello guys, welcome back. So now we are in GL setting. Okay. Okay. So we are in GL setting, and in GL setting, what we have done? We have done the configurations. We have created few GL account, right? But now here, I think some issues are there, guys. Just give me a second. Okay. So here, now, so go to FX00. This is my company code. Okay. So I have already created certain GL accounts, right? This is not my GL account, guys. I'll tell you guys, don't use my company code for your experiment. Okay. Who has created this? Don't use this. Look at here who has created, the user ID is also appearing. Okay. So that's what. You create your own company code, you perform all the testing over there. Okay. Now somebody has copied, I think, this salary account and audit fee. It's okay. So don't use this company code. Always do all the experiments in your company code. Okay. Now, because maybe I have to set up certain GL account meanwhile if somebody is already created. It's okay now. So next time onwards, use only your company code and don't use others' company code also to make your experiment. Okay, that is bad, not good. Okay, so now here, these are the GL accounts which we have created, which I have created. Okay. Here we are talking about, okay, so these are the GL accounts. Let's suppose if Tata Motor is saying, okay, certain GL, let's suppose now this GL itself, this salary account, okay, or it is called real expense account. Just save it. Okay, if you click on here update, then this becomes real expense account. Okay, now what is happening, guys? Let's suppose, so fuel expense account is there in the sense like, say for example, so Tata Motor is having employees and all, right? And uh, when you talk about the pick and drop facilities and all that is given by Tata Motor, they're having their own vehicles, right? Okay, so they have created this fuel expenses, multiple fuel expenses means like, let's suppose maybe some nearby petrol pump or will be there where like all these vehicles. If you talk about like my previous client, so what happened? Now let's suppose, so they used to have like multiple vehicles were there which was being used to pick and drop the employees and all. Now in that case, So everyday basis, what is happening, guys? Diesels or petrols are required. Even they had like certain cars also, that was like to, if you talk about the corporate, in the sense big organizations, so daily basis multiple guests used to visit. Those are corporate guests only, guys, but of course that is why like every organizations will be having a very big guest house. They'll be maintaining somewhere, just like a luxurious five-star hotels, they'll maintain the guest house and all, right? Because multiple guests used to visit the organizations and all. Of course that is like for business purposes only, isn't it? But those are like you know prime people, isn't it? So they'll be maintaining the guest house somewhere. They're going to those guests will stay over there, right? Now, so what will happen, like they had like multiple cars. Say for example, guest is coming to that some visitor is coming, so they're going to send this personal vehicles to this airports and all to pick and drop. Okay. Now, so that is for those people. And apart from this, like in whatever the internal employees are there, for those employees also multiple vehicles were there for the provide pick and drop facilities. So when you talk about diesels, petrols are required to run these vehicles. Some nearby petrol pump is there, or two, three petrol pumps are there, which is they'll be having tie-up that okay, whatever these vehicles are there, you just give the petrol or diesels, whatever it is, and monthly basis we are going to settle the payment. It's okay. That is done. Now what happened, guys? After some time, third party vendor is coming into picture. Third party vendor is coming into picture in the sense, because if these vehicles are there, monthly basis multiple expenses are on like petrols and diesels, and apart from this, meanwhile, like lots of maintenance related works was also like going on every time, certain maintenance related activities, right? And even like what they found, like sometime whoever these drivers are there, or like there were some people also from admin side involved. So if the bill is of like maintenance related bills and all, right, in that lots of time they're doing some kind of manipulations also, right? So manipulations in the sense, like if the bill is genuine bill is of 20,000, they made it 50,000. Bill was sent to the organizations, it is going to be paid to the vendor. Vendor means the people who is giving this repair works and all. Okay, so that is going to be paid. Meanwhile, in between some kind of commissions also in between, like whoever the people are managing these things, they can get. So in order to stop such kind of things, what happened, guys? They given this contract to a third party, in the sense a different person. Different person means there was a fixed amount, that this much amount we are going to pay per month. You have to arrange all these things at your cost. So here what will happen? These kind of frauds are not going to happen, right? Earlier they used to hire few employees to manage these vehicles only. Now those people are also not required. They are going to give some different roles, responsibility to these people, right? Okay. Now, so when a different vendor came into picture, that vendor is going to manage all these vehicles, whatever this fuel expenses and all, those are going to be done by that person. Okay. Organization is going to make a fixed payment, let's suppose every month, a monthly, weekly, that is a different things. Now what happened? So in this case, what is happening? Is there any use of this fuel expense account? No, there is no use of this fuel expense. Okay. So okay. So now what is happening? Let's suppose they have gone for this trial basis, saying that okay, for 1 quarter we are going to take the services of that vendor. If that organizations, that vendor means a kind of organization, whether it is small, big, whatever it is. So if that organization is able to manage the pick and drop of our employees and guests and everything smoothly, then we'll continue the services for longer period. Okay. So for 1 quarter. So now what is happening? So temporarily, what is happening, guys? There is no use of this fuel expense account. temporarily, in the sense, so they decided that okay, so for this quarter, anyway, this is gone to the different vendor. We are not going to use this fuel expense account. Okay. Now what will happen? It means none of the transactions can be posted against fuel expense. So I'll tell you guys, multiple expense related GLs are there. While posting the transactions, instead of 4001, by mistake if somebody has given 4002, of course transactions are going to be posted. So here they are saying that no, this GL is not going to be used for transaction posting. We have a simple options, block this GL. Look at here, this is the option, block this GL. Now, so what exactly is going to happen, guys? Block for posting. This is what is going to be used. Okay, this block for posting. Now here I'll tell you. So we have to apply block for posting. Block for posting. Okay, one thing is there, guys. Block for posting, we are having two options, here also and here also, twice. Is there any difference, guys? Why this block for posting has given twice? Anybody is having any clue? Are you getting any clue, guys, here?
It's blocked in two different level. I guess it's chart of accounts and company code level.
So what is the difference then?
Client level and company code level.
Venkatesh, repeat again what you said.
This blocking chart of accounts is for client level. Blocking company code is for company code level.
Anybody else, guys? Any other answer? Okay. Now it's correct only, but not like that. I'll tell you guys. So here block for posting under chart of account and block in company code. So here pretty simple. What you have to say, now we are going to post a transactions. Transaction posting means, let's suppose rent GL bank account, rent GL debit and bank GL credit. GL must be created first, that we are creating, so that we can post the transactions. Now here what will happen, let's suppose this we are talking about fuel expense. It is not required because as I said, like for one quarter they are going to test this vendor who is going to give the services for these vehicles and all, right? Pick and drop services. Okay, they will manage all these vehicles and they'll charge a fixed amount. Okay, so in that, the fuel expense GL is what is happening, guys. We are going to block it. Okay, so let's suppose block for chart of account and block for company code. So here we are having Tata Motor. This is the company code. Tata Steel, Tata Chemical, Tata Hotel Group, right? Tata Cement, and various other. Okay, now so now these are the, let's suppose they are using one chart of account itself, all the company code. So the chart of account code is like, let's suppose this is the code, chart of account. Okay, this is the code they are going to use. This is chart of account. So what will happen, guys? If you block at company code level, then what will happen? So every companies are having their employees, every companies are having their own vehicles, out of which Tata Motor only went gone for this experiment. Other companies still they're having, like, it is being maintained by their admin department only. So what will happen in that case? So this fuel expense is not going to be used by Tata Motor, isn't it? So what will happen, guys? So for one company code only, this experiment is happening. So Tata Motor decided that we are not going to use fuel expense GL for 1 quarter in the sense for certain period. So block for posting is going to be applied here at company code level. It means for this company code. Whereas if the all company code decided to opt the services of that vendor, somebody is giving the services, right? In that case, what is happening? Every company codes are saying that better to block this fuel expense deal for a quarter, right? So in that case, simply we are going to apply this block at chart of account level. Chart of account level means for all company code which is using this chart of account. Okay, this chart of account. Now, so all company code which is using this chart of account. So in that case, block for posting is going to be applied here. So block for posting, if you apply here, it means if this GL got blocked for this company code also, and even remaining all company code also. That is what the logic. Now, so this is what the use of block for posting. Now let's suppose. So I said like when the temporary blocks, in the sense for 1 quarter, after 1 quarter what happened, guys? They decided that no, we are going to manage ourselves only. In that case, what will happen? We can remove the block, and again this GL can be used for transaction posting, right? This is what the logic behind blocking the GL account. So blocking means you can block at chart of account level, you can block at company code level. If you block at company code level, means a single company code, this GL is going to be used by, this GL is going to be blocked for a single company code, guys. And if you block at chart of account level, then if multiple company codes are using that chart of account, so for all company code it is going to be blocked for posting. That is the one thing. Second thing is, now, and if they decided that no, we are going to continue again ourselves itself, they're not happy with the vendor. In that case, again they'll use this, remove the block and use the GL account. Now they decided that no, we'll take this service from vendor itself permanently. Okay, they decided to go for with that vendor permanently, in the sense for that kind of services itself permanently. It's not like that vendor itself, whenever they are taking any such kind of services, guys, there'll be a contract of for 1 year or 2 year or 3 year or 4 year, 5 years, right? Or else contract will not be a longer period, right? Because every time, like, then what will happen, a kind of monopoly is going to be created. So maybe 2 year contract, 2 years contract. After that, if vendor is giving good services, the contract is going to be renewed, or else again multiple people are there in the market, they will invite a different vendor. Okay, so they decided to go for these services only, right? Now in that case, this fuel expense deal is not at all required, let's suppose. So they are saying that permanently we are going to remove it. Okay, in that case, you can look at here, set for deletion. So here what is happening, I clicked here, this is called deletion flag. Deletion flag means, I'll tell you guys, see, if you talk about like difference between set for deletion and block for posting, right? Functionality, both are having the same functionality, and it is just a kind of symbolic things only. I can say if you apply a set for deletion, then also transaction posting is not allowed. If you apply a block, then also transaction posting is not allowed. But the only thing is like block, if you apply it, then what will happen? People will come to know that a temporary block is applied. Maybe in future, this GL can be used. Okay, and set for deletion means like whenever they decided that we are going to discontinue this GL account. In that case, they will apply this check mark here. Deletion flag for company code means single company code. It means it is going to be removed permanently for Tata Motor. If you apply a deletion flag here, in the sense if you apply a check mark here, means for all company code which is using this particular chart of account. Okay, so now if you apply a deletion flag, it doesn't mean that this GL is going to be, I'll just save it. Let's suppose I'll just save it. Okay, what about this GL account, guys? Is it like deleted here? No. If you feel that this GL account is going to be deleted, it is not going to be deleted. It will be there here in the queue only, in the line only, but when somebody is going to post the transactions, so at bottom what happened while posting the transactions, this message will appear. This GL is set for deletion. It means employee will come to know that it is not going to be used. This GL is discontinued. And here what is happening? This is marked for deletion means this is also discontinue only for temporary purpose. This is what the difference is. But functionality wise, both are same. This one will also not allow the users to post the transactions. This one is also not allowed users to post the transaction. So functionality wise same, right? Okay. Now in real time, what is happening, guys? In real time, when you talk about the users, I have seen multiple times when the client says that okay, we are going to block this GL for temporary purpose. In that case, also I have seen people they are applying a block also. They will block here for company code or chart of account, whichever requirement is there. They'll apply a block and they'll apply a set for deletion also here also. Right. But anyway, there is no any such kind of there is no any issues because ultimately they said block, right? Block it. Later on, if they says kindly remove the block, they'll remove the block from there also and they'll remove the block from here also. Again, GL is going to be used, right? Later on, even like I have seen certain GL they have applied set for deletion. Later on, that also is going to be removed and that GL can be used. So that's what I am saying that a kind of this is having two different symbols they have given, right? Or is functionality wise both are same. The only thing is like if you apply a block means generally SAP is saying that this is a temporary block, right? And if you apply set for deletion means a permanent. If you are going to discontinue the GL, then you can apply this. Okay, but later on what will happen if you want to remove the set for deletion again, that GL is available for the transaction posting. So functionality wise there is no much differences, guys. The only thing is that the error which is appearing at bottom, two different errors will be there. This GL is blocked for posting, that is one GL. This GL is set for deletion, another message. Set for deletion means people will be able to like they'll understand okay we are going to continue this discontinue GL permanently. That is the differences. Or else control is same. Now we'll do one thing. We have the limited number of GL, so that's what. Remove the block for posting. If I have to post the transactions, I can apply a block and I can show you guys. Now the next one is, as I said here, there is multiple fields. When you create the GL account, look at here, multiple fields are appearing, right? Here several fields are appearing. Okay. Now, say for example, so certain fields. Now here, look at here, this inflation key, tolerance group, multiple fields are there here in GL account. If the client says that let's suppose we are going to use limited number of fields while creation of GL account, right? Say for example, they are saying that there is no use of these fields. So why to keep it here? For us, like there is no, of course, behind every field there is a logic, right? But I'll tell you guys, it doesn't mean that each and every fields are going to be used. Even when we go for transaction posting, multiple fields are there. Every fields are having certain use. But out of like whatever, if 100% fields are there, out of which only 10%, 15% fields are only going to be filled up at the time of transaction posting, isn't it? So now here client said that what is the use of these fields? If like let's suppose if there is no use, why to keep it here? Why not to remove from here? Right? So this is all about what, guys? This is all about the field control. This is all about the field control, right? Now, so field control. So where is the field control? If I have to remove this field from here, where to go? How the fields are getting control? Anyone?
Field status variant. Field status variant, sir.
Any other answer? Field status
State bank
variant.
interest tax. Yeah, field status variant.
Field status variant. What is the definition I said, guys? Field status variant. Anyone is able to remember?
So it control the fields which appears during the posting of transaction code.
Okay. So it's okay. Now we said this. That is the what to say answer. The correct answer. Correct answer means not like that question which I have asked. Now I said like what is the definition of field status variant? So you said just now that is the correct answer. That it control the fields which appears during transaction posting. What about these fields, guys? Is it appearing during transaction posting? No, this is not at all transaction posting screen. We are creating GL account. But field status variant control the fields which appears at the time of transaction posting. Right? What about the GL accounts? This is a GL account. This is a master data. These fields are being controlled somewhere. Isn't it? So anyway, initial level, it's okay. I can understand that you'll be having, but I'll tell you guys that is where. Now look at here, if this much time I'm spending, right? Still some confusions are there. What about the people, like other people, right? Which people are going to be confused here itself. Fields are getting controlled. So I'll tell you guys, I'll give you a certain session on that also. Now, now here, I'll tell you. Here itself. Fields are getting controlled by field status variant. Fields are getting controlled by posting key. Even certain fields are getting controlled by document titles. And there is one more thing. I said fields are getting controlled by account group. If you guys are able to remember, right? I'll explain it in details first of all. So here, if you talk about real account, these fields are getting controlled where the control of these fields are there at account group level. If you guys are able to remember, account group means it is a group of similar type or similar nature of GL account. That is the one thing. It controls the fields which appears at the time of setting up GL account or GL master. OBD4, go to transaction code OBD4. Okay. Somebody, Mona, you'll be always like every transaction code you're using, right? No, during transaction, during what do you say this one? Don't what do you say? Open the screens and all. Just listen this and then. So because it is logged by your transaction code, your user ID. Now SM12. So here, what is happening, guys? It's taking time. Okay. Press enter. I think she has come on out. So slash and now I'm going to use yes. So chart of account is TM22 only I have created. So first of all, the field of which one? Look at here. GL account that was like fuel expense. So that GL created under which account group, guys? This account group.
Expenses account.
Expense account. Right? So what I said, GL accounts, whichever fields are appearing at the time of creation of GL account, right, in Real Master, those fields are going to be controlled by account group, isn't it? You double click on this one. Look at here. Now, what happened? So here, I said like tolerance group, okay, and inflation key. These two fields were there. You apply, select this to radio button, separate, and save it. Even if you double click, now we have here joint venture. This one also recovery indicator, just remove it. Let's suppose there is no use of this one. Now you go to FS00. We have like any other things, guys? Okay, just go to FS00. Let me check it. Okay. Now here expense. So this one here, fuel expense account. Just double click in display mode itself, or just like you can, if you go in change mode also. Anyway, display mode itself. Just click here on control data. Now look at here, inflation and tolerance group. That field is gone. And here, if you come down, okay, that is also gone. Like which one? Here, HDFC Bank. Double click. Look at here, inflation key and tolerance group is appearing. And at bottom, what is happening, guys? At bottom, this joint venture recovery indicator. This is also appearing. This MCA key is also appearing. But here, MCA key means multi-currency account. Something was there. It's okay. There is no use of, let's suppose this one. Then we can remove this one. We can remove this one. Right? See, there is a use of every field and all, but that is like exclusively for a particular type of company, for a particular industry, right? Isn't it? So that is like given by SAP. So it is not going to be used by every company code. In the sense, every organizations. Maybe some 0.1% of the organizations are there where it is going to be used. So let's suppose that is organization specific. If I'm just quoting an example, isn't it? But there are certain fields which is like every organizations, by every organizations, when you create the GL account, you must have to use that field. Now here I said like inflation and tolerance group, that is the client is saying that I don't want to, because there is no use of this, remove this field. Look at here for fuel expense, it's gone, nothing, it's not appearing, right? At bottom, what is happening, guys? That key, one more thing was there, that is also gone. If you want to remove this MCA key also, that can be also removed. would be D4. Okay, so here let's suppose DM22. So where the fields are getting controlled, guys? Okay, look at here, MCA. You just suppress. That is gone. Okay. So now here what is happening, guys? Double click and here. So these two things are suppressed, means that is gone. Now here I'll tell you guys, there is a drawback. Under expense account group, we have multiple GL accounts, isn't it? So we have what you have applied, the control which is given at account group level. In the sense, at account group level, we have suppressed these two fields or three fields or four fields, right? So if you go to other GL account also, it's not only this GL account, your display. So for other GL account also, this tolerance group is already gone, inflation key is gone. Now here at bottom, those MCA and other keys are also gone, joint venture. Okay, but it is gone for rent GL also. Look at here, this is rent GL. Tolerance group inflation, that is gone. And here at bottom, those two keys are also gone. Right? Why it is gone? Because it is, look at here, at account group level we are having this control. Right? If you say that no, my requirement is that for rent GL it should appear, only for fuel expense GL it should be. So in that case, no, such kind of controls are not real, not there. GL account wise it won't be there generally, but yes, account group level. So in that case, what will happen? You have to set up a this different account group then, and then rent account supposed to be created. That is why I said when we talk about account group. So account group, the major use of account group is field control only. Okay, the major control of this account group is this field control. So that is why initially itself we are going to explain this to the client that this is what they use, right? Mainly this field control. So later on, if you say that, okay, for this GL account, let's suppose these fields are supposed to appear, these fields are not supposed to appear. In that case, if we apply any setting, the settings are there at account group level. So that setting is applicable to all GL, which is created under this account group, which is created under this account group. So what will happen, guys? This is what the drawback. Okay, so in that case, we have to create multiple account group. Multiple means like let's suppose for rent GL, right? This field supposed to appear, whereas for fuel expense it should not. So two different account group need to be created in that case. Then only it is possible. Okay. Anyway, so now here, so where is the control? The control is there at account group level. Keep in your mind. Okay, here the most of the people are getting confused. Very simple question, very simple answer is also. I'll tell you guys, 95% of the people are going to give wrong answer, right? Because of this confusion. Okay, don't worry, you guys are not going to be confused because multiple time I'll repeat this. Okay. Okay. So now, and apart from this, so let's suppose we have like other things also. You go to be D4. So here we have now not in assets. For expense we are testing, so keep it on expenses. Account control. So suppress means it will disappear. Optional means what will happen, guys? Optional means pretty simple. The field will appear whether you want to give any input in that field or not, that's your choice, in the sense user's choice. Okay, the field is there. If required, you can give the input. If not, you can leave it as it is. Display means what will happen, guys? Display means that field will appear, but user will not be able to give any input over there. Okay, go to FS00, the same field. Let's suppose fuel expense rent account, anywhere you can click now. Okay, so display means right now it is in display mode. Okay, you just do here, click here, change, edit. Look at here, all the fields are going to be edited except these two fields, inflation key and tolerance group. Why? Because we have selected display mode. So here the field will appear, but what is happening, guys? You won't be able to provide any input. So guys, whether you suppress it, suppress means permanent removal of the field, and display is also having the same use, right? The only thing is it is appearing, right? Something is kept somewhere in the showcase. Let's suppose something, uh, there is a particular food which is there, which is kept under a showcase. You cannot eat it. You can see that only. It's just like that. Here the fields are appearing, but we can't put any inputs here. You cannot give any input here. It is appearing in display mode only. That's it. So this is what the use of this one. And second one is, and this is called optional. This is called optional, right? You must have to, you press enter, nothing is happening, no problem. If you want to go here next screen, you can go here next screen. This is called optional. If you want to give the details, you can. There is another thing called required. If you make it required, then what will happen, guys?
We need to provide input.
Yes, you must have to provide input. Okay, I make it required, these two fields, save it. Okay, after this testing, what is happening? Better to keep all the fields optional only. Okay, or else later you'll be facing error. Sometimes what happens, the people forgets like what they have done, right? Okay, so later on, like once we proceed further, because we are in the beginning only, right? Still we are in beginning, guys. See, classes I have given multiple, but again, I repeat, whatever configurations we have done, right? Whichever configurations we have done, how much time it is going to take, guys? It is going to take very less time to configure all these things. Maybe in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 10 minutes, I can do all the configurations. The only thing is I have to explain the logic. That is why it is taking time. And in recent classes, right? Here the foundation is going to be built. If foundation is stronger, then only you can construct skyscraper on that, a multi-stories building. If foundation is weak, then what will happen, guys? Even two-stories buildings are also going to be collapsed immediately. Okay, so here required entry. Okay, I have already made this required entry. Just save it. Go to FS00. So now anywhere enter. So this is display mode. Okay, if you click here, edit. Look at here the differences. Now some kind of check mark kind of symbol is appearing. If you want to, if let's suppose if you want to ignore this and if you proceed further, look at here, fill all the required entry fields. It means you must have to give the details here, you must have to give the details here also. If you don't give any details, if you don't give any input here, SAP will not allow you to proceed further. This is what the use of required entry. Okay, so I'll make it optional, guys. So these are the, so here the differences are there, guys. Differences are there in the sense, like if you talk about like this master data, master data control, the field control in master data, OBD4, right? So here, first of all, you make it not here, expense, right? So here, where is the control, guys? The control is, if you talk about account group, it is going to control the fields which is appearing at the time of master data creation, modifications, whatever it is. So for GL master, in the sense GL account, whichever the fields are appearing, guys, those fields are getting controlled by account group. Account group controls the number ranges also, right? Number range here we have given 1000 to 1999. So what does it mean? Whenever you create any GL account under asset account group, so what will happen? The GL account number, that number must fall between this range, isn't it? If you have given a different number, 2005, and you are trying to create a GL under asset account group, it is not impossible, right? Because we have given certain restrictions here in terms of number ranges. So again, once again, I'll repeat, guys, account group, what is the control? It controls the fields of GL account. It controls even the number ranges also, right? And definition is, it is a group of similar nature of GL account, isn't it? This is what the definition, and this is what the control. Okay, and don't be confused with the account group and field status variant. And so that practically, guys, what is the control of that? Once I post the transaction, okay, and then once again, a kind of, I'll give a session where I'm going to compare all the field controls so that you guys will be having a very clear picture. Okay, very small things are there, guys, but those small things become, I have seen like there are certain people who can answer the very tough question, but they are going to be failed in a very small and very simple questions and all, isn't it? So just like you are able to, like you're going to read out the books and newspapers and everything's very, fastly, fluently and everything. But when somebody is there, somebody is saying write ABC and you are unable to write, isn't it? It's just like that only. So basics, people are going to stuck in such kind of basic questions where they're going to make some blunder. It is not a mistake, that is called blunder, right? So we'll explain those things in details. Okay, so I'll stop this session here itself, guys. That's all in this session.